Hi, I'm Maggie Lakowski, your coaching muse from Harmony Light Personal Coaching. And I want to say thank you and send my gratitude to my family, friends, and clients for the time we've spent together this year. And if I'm meeting you for the first time here, welcome. This is a safe place to be. And for a few minutes, I wanted to share some thoughts on the holidays. I like the quote from Ram Dass. We're just walking each other home. And during this time of the year, there is so much to be grateful for. And for some, there have been some losses. And there are a lot of family affairs and special events that we get invited to. And we often see in the media and on television all the perfect families and parties. But I like the more realistic ones that can add comfort and humor, showing different views of not so perfect situations. I grew up during the era of Donna Reed and the Leave It to Beaver show. Um, they didn't represent my family, as we had a cast of unique characters, including myself. I like the movies that show the whole spectrum, like Home for the Holidays, Parenthood, Hannah and Her Sisters, and What's Cooking, just to name a few. And as we come together, often we've changed, others changed, and some maybe not so much. And there can come the questions. What are you doing now? What's your job? Are you married? Seeing someone? Children? And then there's politics. And you may have lost a loved one or having a health challenge. And this can be a difficult time. So you may have that person in the event who has had one too many drinks, the drama queen or king, the matchmaker, a whole cast of characters. So, what do we do? Well, we can completely skip the event, or we may just want to go with more consciousness. And if you decide not to go, you could send a gift ahead. Maybe you've decided that you're taking a break from large events and instead meeting people on a more one-to-one basis or seeing people in smaller groups. You might be volunteering this year um, or enjoying a day of good food and music at home. We do have options and choices that we can make without feeling guilty, but choosing for our well-being. And by being empowered to make these choices, we feel better. Sometimes for others, our decisions can make them feel uncomfortable, rejected, but they may come around in time to see that we're making healthy choices for ourselves. And for that point in time, you can actually inspire them to choose for themselves differently too. So if we do choose to attend, I have found some tips that have helped me navigate these situations. And so one is I decide when I'll arrive and how long I'll stay. Because we often feel we have to stay for the entire event, but we don't. You can let them know ahead of time that you may just be popping in. And you don't have to say why or what's happening. If you have food preferences or allergies, bring your own fabulous dish. And it can introduce people to something different and new. And what subjects do you want to share with others? You don't have to engage in a conversation that you're uncomfortable with. So when those topics or conversations come up, you can just say, I'm not going there. You change the subject or just look up and say, oh, there's Patricia. I'm going to go over and say hello. Or with a glint of mischief in your eye, you may say, that's a secret now. And I really have had some fun with this one. And then you may also have some of your own uplifting topics to engage people, as most people love to talk about what new fun thing they're doing now or trip they're going to be taking. So I also like to circulate and chat with different groups. And if politics or religion come up, as they often do, and as the saying goes, they can make strange bedfellows, we can politely and firmly let them know we're not going to discuss that and quietly slip away from that conversation. I remember as a child, I had an aunt And after 2 martinis, she could expound on politics, and some people felt captive. She worked for the Republican National Committee in Washington, and she was proud of it. My mother blamed it all on the juniper berries and the gin. So you can always get up and leave at any time, and your 2 feet are your 2 best friends. And one of the hats I wear is a numerologist. So it's fun to ask people what their birthday is and chat about those energies and vibrations. People always love to share their birthdays with others. And angels and pets are a popular subject if it's appropriate. So it's fascinating to ask about other people's experiences, and you can share yours. Another one of my favorite things that I did as a child, because I was very shy, but it's just as much fun to do it as an adult, is to imagine we're all playing parts in a show and we're each in character. Well, we all sort of are. And have fun with your own character and others. And I found that this has given me greater empathy and compassion for everyone else, including myself. So however we choose to approach the holidays, I like to remember to keep it light, and tell someone something that was important that they said to you that made a difference. And just know that people are doing the best they can with the information they have and ability at that given moment in time. And I love the quote from Wavy Gravy, the icon from the 60s, the Woodstock philosopher. He was a clown, an activist, and it always makes me smile. We're all bozos on the bus, so we might as well sit back and enjoy the ride. I want to thank you again for traveling with me this year. And until next time, sending all my love and gratitude, Maggie.